Good morning everyone, my name is Grika and welcome to a new video for the intraday updates. Finally we have seen some interesting price action on the currency markets and also stock markets yesterday after Powell's speech. Actually technically we have been anticipating this fall on the US dollar. As you know, market has been trading on the long side of the dollar since Monday, but moves were not so strong. They were quite stable, but not so strong, and definitely momentum was not on the side of the dollar, despite that nice move up on dollar index back to November highs. So actually what we have seen is a very slow recovery on dollar index, but what we now see is a very sharp drop in just a few hours. Okay, so since market closed at the lows on dollar index, I just think that there is room for more dollar weakness ahead, which should be seen through several currencies such as euro dollar pair. Euro is very strong. Commodity currencies are very strong now. The only exception is pound. Okay, so firstly we will take a look at cable. Now cable, as you can see here on a shorter term time frame, it made only 7 legs of recovery with plenty of overlaps inside. So I think that this is just a corrective movement which will drive prices even lower. So technically speaking, I think that 1.270 area could be seen. Also, I know that this on the 4 hours is very complex pattern. So basically what I'm tracking, if we go to even higher time frame, is that we are still in the middle of this wave 2 correction that actually began back in August. Okay, so don't get confused by this. The important is that cable is weak, that rise on the intraday is only in corrective in nature, so we expect more weakness soon. Now if we also take a look on the euro dollar, now you can see that euro dollar on the other hand is very strong. Here I have this 30-minute chart. We have seen a very nice bounce actually from this old swing low here. Not really sure what was this spike, but looks like this was quite important candlestick back then. I should check maybe past data to see what was going on back then. So actually this level, it appears, was just been spiked out to clear some important stops, and then market rallied. And what I see is nice impulsive reaction. More importantly, we have seen a break above this falling trend line or channel. So this broken channel, as you know, when it's broken decisively like this, because we have seen a daily close above that, I think that this channel maybe could be retested, but it will hold as a support. So I think that euro dollar could be headed to the upside, and ideally we will finally see a push above this 1.1470 level. So if this level would actually be broken, okay, if this level would be broken, then actually this could be a completed head and shoulder bottom. So in such case, as you know, targets would be much higher. But once we see these prices out, I would be looking for first move back to 1.630 or so. Okay, so if we are on the bullish side of euro dollar, if cable remains sideways or even bearish, then we all know that euro pound should continue much higher. We have been looking for this move, as you know, and we are long from 8820. I have been looking for deeper pullback and highlighted several times that this previous wave 4 support, okay, it was a swing low actually of this wave 4, because wave 4 it occurs like a triangle. So actually this was also been tested very nicely, and we have seen a nice reaction higher so far. I'm not sure if we are going to see any solid pullback here, or simply we will just maybe move straight to the upside. But the idea is that I think that euro pound is headed to the upside, and likely we are going to see market turning back to this upper side of this big contracting range. So I'm looking actually for a triangle. Now there's the idea that triangle could be finished because we have seen 5 subwaves: A, B, C, D, and E. But based on minimum expectations, even if we're still actually sideways, right? So even if we stay sideways, you have to consider that maybe upper side of the range, the prices will be limited at the upper side of the range. So from that perspective, there is still room towards 0.90 level, maybe even 91 before this recovery is done. Actually, maybe this will be just another free wave move back from the lower side of the range and not an impulsive price action. Okay, but as I said, I'm expecting more upside. Any pullbacks on the intraday charts would be just temporary. Even if we see some kind of a surprise back to these levels, I still think that this pair will eventually sooner or later move to the upside, and that important invalidation level is actually at November lows. Okay. Also, now let's take a look on gold. Now gold is also very interesting, as you know, I have been anticipating a bounce here as well. Now, firstly, daily chart. Now I'm looking for more complex corrective recovery here, and actually I like this fact because I'm tracking wave E. I don't want wave E to be so small, like here shown on a weekly chart. I want to see something more complex and bigger, especially if we compare that, if we respect the previous legs, which were quite big, okay, and large. So actually I'm expecting also wave E to reach higher prices, and looks like this can be the case because this recent pullback from this high to this swing low was only in 3 waves, as you can see here on the 4-hour chart. So 3 wave is a counter-trend movement, it's a corrective structure, which means more upside should follow, and this has been confirmed also by this rise, which was impulsive on a smaller time frame. So I was looking yesterday, as you know, for only temporary pullback here and expected a bounce from 61.8%. We have seen a very nice reaction from that levels, especially after these 5 subwaves of decline within wave C, which appears to be an extended. So bullish confirmation level, as you know, was at 1220, because this made an overlap with this wave B. So this is some kind of a price action where probably you want to see important levels broken before you may want to pull a trigger, okay? Because I was not interested in longs here at these levels because I knew that this was quite extended lag. So what if maybe this would prove to be wave 3 and then we go even lower in impulsive decline after wave 4? So it was important for me to wait on these levels at 1220 and then see an overlap, because any bearish impulses back then with this price, rising price with this bounce, has been invalidated. So in such case, you can get more confident that market will potentially rise, because after all this was confirmed as a 3-wave counter-trend movement, especially if we also consider that previous rise was in 5 waves. So I'm expecting more upside. We may see a retest once more, maybe this 1220 level, but I'm expecting prices definitely to rally above wave A and then maybe even back to these swing highs back from October actually. So on the other hand, Aussie dollar may see more upside as well, but of course you want maybe still a better pullback. Here on the 4-hour chart, what I'm looking at is maybe this is a wave B and we are going to wave C. So I'm still interested to see how this price action will develop, but I just think that the price is too high to take advantage of this move. Maybe there's also, I'm just seeing right now, and I will try to make this count for you, just a second, to give you an idea. Template default. Okay, so we go to 1 hour, or no, 4 hours. So actually what this can be unfolding right now is maybe this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and now this could actually be A, B, C, D, E triangle. Okay, and we go higher after a pullback here. So actually I like this count very much. Okay, so it means that if we get lower prices in the next 24-48 trading hours, maybe support will be found earlier than we think, but still in such case, if we are really in a triangle, what I would be looking at is retracement back to the pivot point of this triangle. So this is around 72.50. So this could be a first support based on discount, and the second support is at 71.60. So definitely I will keep an eye on this one, especially because, as I said, gold is also moving very nicely to the upside. Now let's take a look also on crude oil, and we can also take a look real quick on DAX. So on crude oil, we are, I believe, very late in this downtrend of this 5-wave decline, 5-wave reversal that we are seeing since start of October. And actually this represents wave A, so which means crude oil is in bearish trend, but as you know, market never moves in straight lines. There are pullbacks, so I would not be surprised if we see this pullback in the start of next year. As you know, we have been looking for this patterns in January that occurred when market crude oil was falling into the year end. Then we have seen probably a recovery, as I'll show you on this chart, recovery at the start of the year. So actually here was the same thing. Market was down 2006 and then recovered 2007, 2008 bearish, 2009 bullish. We have seen also bearish 2013, 2014 was a rally. We have seen a decline at the end of 2014, then a bounce at the start of 2015. So again, decline at the end of 2015, 2016 was a recovery. Now we are falling into the year end of 2018, so maybe we'll see some kind of recovery, and based or in connection with Elliott wave theory and with discount that I just showed you, I would just not be surprised to see a reversal, maybe even back towards 60. Okay, now on the short-term chart, what really matters is that we are seeing 5 waves of decline out from this 4th wave triangle. It was a small wave E, but still valid. So this is a 5 waves of decline. Notice that wave 4 did not reach into the territory of wave 1, but we are approaching some interesting levels here. Now $50 per barrel is also very strong psychological level, so maybe we will get some solid bounce from here, but of course, to call a low you have to see a 5-wave rise first. Okay, this, as you know, has been seen on a small time frame last week here, and we have seen so far only 3-wave recovery. Okay, so now again I will be looking for a similar price action again in 5 waves, and then we'll see if market maybe can recover in bigger 5 waves for wave A, or maybe just another small pullback in 3 legs. Okay, but I think that support may not be far away. Okay, traders, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this free video. I will of course post even more charts in our on our website and in the Slack. Have a good day. Bye.